In our previous video, we explored structured outputs where the AI was guided to return information in a specific format like a summary and sentiment. That approach made the AI's response predictable and easy to use, but it was relatively simple. We were mostly extracting a summary and a single sentiment value. So in this next step, we're taking structured output to the next level by introducing rich schemas with multiple fields, annotation, and optional elements. Now, instead of just a summary, we can ask the AI to extract multiple layers of information from a single piece of text. The key themes that is talked about, a concise summary, overall sentiment, and even detailed pros and cons. We're also telling the AI exactly how each field should be formatted and making it strict so it follows to the schema precisely. So this approach transforms the AI into a powerful data extractor. You can feed it complex reviews, articles, or even long form text, and it will actually return you a structured machine readable object that you can directly use in dashboards, analytical tools, or even databases. So the AI is no longer just answering your questions or chatting. Now it's systematically organizing knowledge in a way that applications can consume automatically. So by building on what we learned about contextual and structured output, the following implementation will show you how to scale from simple structured uh, output to detailed multi-field extraction, making AI truly practical for real-world tasks like review analysis, product insights, or content summarization. So let's go for the code now. Okay, I'm going to create a new file inside this, detailed output structured.py. I'm going to use these same fields, the same model that I have here. I'll just paste this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few more fields inside the schema here. So let me first add key themes, and then I'll also add an import of annotated and an optional here. So these two imports will be essential for me. So key themes will actually be annotated list of strings. So what we can also do is we can also write a detail about this field here. So we can say that key themes must write down all the themes, all the important concepts discussed in the review in a list. And in the summary, I'm again going to use an annotated key, and inside this I'm going to write must write down a brief summary of the review. Close this. Inside my sentiment, I'm again going to use an annotated. So with annotated, I'm going to say must return a sentiment value or sentiment of the review, either positive or negative, and I'll also add pros and cons here. So okay, I need to close this bracket at last. Also I need to do the same here. I'm also going to add pros and cons. So pros is going to be annotated, but this is going to be an optional list. If the model does not find anything like pros and cons inside the review, then it is not going to put it, or else if it finds something, then it will put it inside our pros list. So this is going to be optional str, and then write down all the pros inside a list. And also we'll do the same for cons, annotated, optional, list of strings, and this will also be write down all the cons inside a list. Okay, so I'm going to add some more prompts to this, or some more details to this prompt here. So let me copy a prompt from somewhere. This prompt is from Google Pixel phone, and it is quite detailed here, so you can just pause the video and then type it if you want. I'm going to perform this word wrap for you so that it will be easier for you to type this. So this is going to be my prompt, and then based on this prompt, let me remove this, and then I will invoke a structured model here to see my result. So yeah, so let me go ahead and then run this code. So if I run this, as you can see with the structured output, the model's response is going to be kind of structured here. So the key theme is Google 10 Pixel Pro GPU performance, because it talks about the GPU performance somewhere around here with talking about its chipsets. Also it talks about the Tensor's G5 chipsets, more gaming performance, comparison with Pixel 9 Pro, and things like that. The sentiment is mixed. It does not say positive or negative here, so we can also ask it to fix that, but like it is okay for now. The summary is also provided, and then the pros and cons, I don't think it's provided because the model could not find, or the model could not identify the exact pros and cons in this particular review. Since this is optional, so the model could not write it. Or if we remove optional from here and then ask the model that it has to include the pros and cons, or like just the pros, the model will do that and then include all the pros of the review provided. So let's run this again. And then we see that summary is provided. Okay, what else is provided here? Summary is provided, key things is provided, sentiment is provided, and then it should also contain pros somewhere. Let me copy this and then see it in my copy. Let's open a JSON formatter window, if we can see the pros or not. So JSON formatter. Paste my JSON here, and then we see that it still hasn't generated any pros here, but that's okay for now. Still, our response is kind of structured here. So this is how we can take our structured response to somewhat another level, where we can include the details of what each of these keys that we want to include in the responses mean, and then what format should they be provided in. So this is all for this video. Stay tuned for the next one.